And Brandy, when you look at the Utah Tech Trailblazers, 18-14 overall last year, 12-8 in the WAC. But after so many injuries, this was such a resilient team to make it to the postseason and get a win as well.
You're correct, and they had a great run late. And one thing about a team coached by Coach Gustin is they are going to shoot the three, and they're going to shoot it at a high level. And I look forward to hearing more about his new team this year.
Let's go ahead and bring in the man at the top of this program, J.D. Gustin. And Coach, I mean, resiliency just has to be the word to describe last season. 3 players with torn ACLs, a torn hip labrum. How did last year's toughness allow this team to just come into this year with a new firepower to them, ready to get back out there and compete?
Yeah, our group went through a lot last year, and the way that we competed and responded to adversity is something that that myself and our staff is really proud of. We had a great year, and then, moving forward to this group, we're hoping to build on that resilience, that toughness, that grit, and believe we're off to a good start with it.
Coach, life after Brianna Gillen, all-time leading scorer at Utah Tech, such a special, special player. But what does that look like for others, and how does that open up more opportunities with this new roster?
Yeah, good point. Life after Gillen is a little bit of a challenge. Obviously, that's one of the best players ever to play here. Mm-hmm. But the kids that we brought in, they know that they're not trying to be Gillen, mm-hmm. but they know there's high expectations there, particularly at that position, and we have a great competition going on right now, and I think that particular group of players competing for that might surprise us all. They're pretty good.
And Coach, we have to ask, with all the injuries, the Warren sisters, Isaacson, as well as Caston Young, how is the recovery? What is their readiness to play? How close to 100% are any of these athletes?
Yeah, thank you for asking. They, Emily is ready. That's a really big deal for you'll hear from her in a little bit. But Isaacson is a special leader that we desperately need on the floor, and she's almost back to 100%. Really big deal for us. Maddie and Macy, they obviously tore it at different times, and so they're in different stages of their recovery, but both are coming along nicely. They both help us a lot in practice. We'll see about their returns. And then Caston Young, that torn hip labrum, she's fully recovered and really doing a nice job for us in practice. She's a good player for us, and really looking for good things from her.
Coach, your identity, you told me last year going into the tournament that all players have the ultra green light to shoot the three. Are we going to see more of that again this season?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's kind of who and what we are. We try to space share it and shoot it and let that thing fly, and you'll definitely see more of that. We have a ways to go for sure to get to the level that we want to play on that end, but I'm looking forward to the the defensive end. We're being a little bit more aggressive there. We're trying to turn folks a little bit more than we have in the past, and I think we're going to be different on that end, and that's pretty exciting.
Coach, you brought in some new pieces, obviously, in the offseason, 8 underclassmen on the roster. What are your early thoughts, and what do you like about some of the newcomers and what they've brought to the team early on?
You got some footage of our old gym right there. That's kind of fun. You guys are taking it back. Yeah, we got the Student Athletic Center there. That's cool. Yeah, I've been impressed with our young kids. Our transfers have really picked up how we play quickly, and it's just a matter of getting them a little bit of experience, getting them some high-level reps, and yeah, our freshmen have, to be honest, have really impressed me. They're a lot farther along than I thought that they might be, and so we're excited to show the league what we can do.
Coach, is there an X factor of these newcomers that you think is really going to be impactful for this roster?
Yeah, I think there's a number of them, and you know, I hate to use too many names right now before they've done anything, right? And you got to get out there and prove yourself, right? But I think Chardonnay Hartley is going to have to be big for us. I think she's a really good player. She's really fast, you know, but she's learning how we play, and that takes time. But she's going to have to be big for us. You know, if I have to use, you know, say a freshman, Ellie Taylor out of Copper Hills High School there in Salt Lake has really impressed me. I knew she was a good player, but playing with high-level players around her has, she's pretty good player. She's better than what maybe I anticipated at this point. So definitely some bright spots right now in that new group.
Coach, you also had mentioned that last year was the best leadership you had on any team in the last 25 years that you've been coaching. I know Emily Isaacson back on the floor is going to be a huge part of that. But what have you seen this year in the leadership room for this team?
Well, again, I don't think Isaacson, in the experiences that she's had in 6 years with us, you're not going to trump that. So she is our leader. There's no question about it. But you know, you'll hear from Callan Dallas here in a minute too. She's really done a nice job helping lead our team and serve each other. And then I like what Nay's done a little bit, what Chardonnay's done a little bit. So we, you know, the leadership that Gillen and you know, Maggie McCord gave us, that it can't be replaced. But I believe in Emily. She knows that. I believe in these, you know, these younger kids that are come along, and they believe in what we've kind of established and built here, and they're ready to build on it.
Coach, speaking of Callan Dallas, because of your injuries, she got to take on a little bit bigger role, especially down the end of the season as a freshman. So talk about her growth this offseason, coming from that experience she gained as a freshman going into her sophomore year, and what you look for from her.
Well, yeah, that last game at home against SFA, where we had to win to get fourth in a bye, or if we lost, we got fifth, that sort of deal. She grew up big time that game, and obviously it's a team sport and it takes us all, but she kind of lifted us over the top in that game, and we're obviously we're really proud of her, really grateful. That was a huge part of the start of her career, I guess. And so, yeah, we're looking for her to build on that. I know she is. She's very motivated, determined, really a smart young lady, and we're looking for big things from her.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. Good luck this season. We'll now turn over to Brandy Poole for our first player breakdown of the day.
Well, we couldn't not talk about Utah Tech and their three-point shooting, and how do they get that? It's such an important piece, your spacing, your ability to get pieces of the paint, whether that be off. We can go ahead and roll it here, whether that be off post catches or whether that be off penetrate and kick. You see here, pause it. You see here off the pick and roll, the post player rolls into the paint and gets a piece of the paint, but the defense collapses all around her. So what is she going to do? Go ahead and roll tape. When the defense collapses, she can hit the ball, kick the ball out. Open shooter, they're going to run them off the arc, penetrate, piece of the paint, kick to a wide open three. Speaking of Callan Dallas, that is her right there. That's going to be great. And then in transition, this is the best part too of three-point shooting teams. We can pause right here. You see their great spacing. The wings are running wide, running to their spot. You've got great spacing. This defender has to make a decision now. Which shooter do I go to? Where are they going to pass? And then they, you know, get wide open threes in transition. And that's such a way, regardless of who is on that roster, and we talk about life after Brianna Gillen, they're going to have good spacing. They're going to have a roster full of players that can shoot the three. And that's what makes watching Utah Tech really fun.
100%. It's going to be fun to watch them shoot the three this season, no doubt. Let's take a look at the non-conference schedule graphic here. They'll open at home versus North New Mexico. They got Weber State at home. They got Colorado at home. They're at Rice, at Boise State. Head coach J.D. Gustin talked a lot about building a tough schedule, and they got some big-time opponents at home.
They absolutely do. You look at Colorado, And they have built such a great program there at Baylor. That's always a tough place to play, and one of the top-ranked teams in the country. You know, Pittsburgh in the ACC, UTEP is always solid, Boise State. But, you know, you have to do that. You have to challenge your group and see how they step up to the plate and put them in tough situations. Because for me as a coach, it's all about handling adversity, and how successful your team is going to be is how they can handle adversity and step up.
And Utah Tech had their first big Power 4 win at home last year, looking to build off of that as we'll go ahead and bring in our athletes. Emily Isaacson, the redshirt senior forward, and Callan Dallas, 6'1" sophomore guard from Texas. Thank you both for being here. Emily, I'll start with you. It's great to talk to you once again. And I know last year your season got cut short, but you were able to get back, rehabilitate your knee, and take us inside what this last year has been like for you, the rehab process, and now on the road to recovery.
Yeah, thank you, Kendra. It's definitely been a journey. It's probably one of the hardest things I've ever done is having to rehab my knee again. I tore it my freshman year as well. So 5th year coming back, it was heartbreaking for sure. It was, you know, totally devastating. But to see my team go out and just like rally around me and to fight and battle, and like you said, the word resilient, that was kind of our key word last year. And come out and just battle every game. That's what it's going to be this year, is a battle every game as well. But it's definitely been a physical and mental, emotional journey. But I'm super excited to be back. I can't wait to get out there. I think that's going to be a key this year, is just being grateful, gratitude to be out there, is because it can't be taken away. So.
Emily, Coach just talked to us about your leadership and what you bring to the table. So talk a little bit about that. I know you led from the sidelines last year, but this year being back out on the court with your teammates, talk about your leadership.
Yeah, it's definitely a humbling position to be in, to be a leader on the team. You know, it's different being out there and being on the sideline. There's only so much you can do from the sideline. So I'm excited to be out in the court and kind of in the trenches, I guess, with the troops. There's nothing quite like it, is being out there. So I'm excited. I think it's definitely going to be a challenge with some newcomers and new, you know, transfers and freshmen, is being that leader for them. That's my goal this year. I just want to be the best I can be for them, and, you know, help provide a good experience for them, as well as just, you know, having fun with it.
Cal, in your freshman year, you played in all 32 games. How did that experience help prepare you for this year to take another jump as you go into your sophomore campaign?
Yeah, I definitely did not start out the season expecting to take on the role that I did, but I just want to credit that to the seniors last year with Brianna, Maggie, and Emily, and then the coaches, of course, for just having that belief and trust. I know it didn't go the way we wanted to with the injuries, but we were able, again, to just be resilient and battle back. And so I'm super excited to be able to help, alongside Emily, lead this team. I know what it's like to play young as a freshman, and so I just want to use my experience to help my teammates and just allow us to be the best we can be.
Callan, we all know that you can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor, and that's one of the strengths you bring to the table. But as a coach, we always see the biggest jump usually comes between that freshman and sophomore campaign. So what have you focused on this offseason, and what are you excited about to show the fans and your teammates what you've been working on this offseason?
For me, my word this offseason has just been confidence. I just want to kind of have this almost like a quiet confidence. I don't have to go out and be all showy, but again, just helping instill that into my teammates. We all can shoot it, and so just we have to believe in ourselves first. So kind of just the motto of just keep shooting. We just got to keep shooting the ball and just rallying around each other for that. And I think when that happens, we're unstoppable.
Emily, Coach had talked about how you embody everything he's trying to accomplish, and sometimes you can be a better coach on the floor than he can be. And so what has growing into this type of basketball player been through your long time at Utah Tech helped you, and what really does this school mean to you, spending all this time there at Utah Tech?
Yeah, that's a great question. It means everything to me. I wouldn't be coming back for my 6th season if I didn't love it and if I didn't believe in it. That's the big thing is Coach J.D. Gustin has believed in me, and the rest of the coaching staff, they've really put their effort into me, and so that's the least I can do is give back everything I can. Seeing the growth, though, the past 6 seasons, my freshman year, we were Division II, and we were in the RMAC, and now we're Division I, we're in the WAC. We changed our name in the process. So it's been such a growing experience. You know, we talk about we're the Utah Tech Trailblazers. It's been really a trailblazing experience for me to be able to be a part of that, and the growth that I've seen in the past 6 years in our season, in our coaching staff, in our program. It's been so amazing to be a part of, and I can't even speak, you know, good enough about it. It's been so much fun.
And how badly are you itching to get back on the floor and put on that jersey for an official game day?
I might cry, honestly, when hopefully when I get out there, when they announce my name. I'm just excited to put my shoes on. I'm excited to put my jersey on. It's been a long 11 months, but I couldn't be more grateful.
Well, Emily, Callan, thank you both so much. Good luck this season. We'll be watching.